Good morning, Arizona. This is the podcast that we talk about school subjects and MCC. I have my co-star, Eli Livingston, and this is Junior. Welcome our guests.
How we doing? My name is, we have French Fry here, and then we also have...
I'm Stephanie Bruce, new guest on the radio.
And we are so happy to talk today about technology in the classroom and how we are going to integrate it with our teachers. What do you guys think about technology nowadays? Is it something that we need? Is it something that's needed in the classroom, or should we just forget about it and read books?
I definitely think that it's something that we need, only because technology is so advanced now, and it's basically what we use on an everyday basis. So it's also good to use old school, but however, I just feel like depending on the class that you take, depending on the class that you're taking at the moment, technology is very good, and it'll help you in a lot of the things that you want to go forward.
Yeah. Stephanie, how's it helped you progress in school if you're using technology?
I feel like technology helps in like some classes. Like I've had completely technology-based class, and then some classes that have some technology, but we don't use it very much. So I feel like as much as the teacher is able to like have the students integrate technology into their learning, then like it'll really help you in that way, versus like if a teacher doesn't really know how to use technology, but they're really trying and they can't really help the students out, then like that's not as good, because I've had that happen to me too.
True.
It just depends on the class.
Yeah.
Like here in 102, English 102, it's been very, very helpful to use technology, because it helps us not only with the media that we're doing, but also with the essays that we are trying to convert them to. And like, for example, math. I have a math class who is based on technology, and I in the personal feel like in a math class technology isn't really the best suit for it. I feel like with math, more of an old school teaching one-on-one version is better than media. But in an English class, technology is definitely very good for those classes. Yeah,
I kind of agree when you're saying that some classes, some topics are easier to use technology. But it definitely depends on the teacher. If the teacher's pushing their students to learn the technology, I think it'll be a lot easier to learn topics. Like if the math teacher is like, hey, let's all go on Google Hangouts and I will show you how to do the problem.
Definitely.
And then you can do it. I think that way technology would be helpful.
Yeah, you're right.
It just depends on the person's strengths and weaknesses, though, because, you know, some people are strong at English, some people are strong at math. So a person that's strong at math can go online and Google Classroom and do a math problem, but a person that's weak at it will be stuck at it for 2 hours and need help. So ultimately, it depends on the person's weaknesses and strengths. But also, it also depends on the class, but essentially it comes down to the person's own knowledge and intellectual.
Yeah, personally for me in math as well, like I learn math really easily, and my teacher like does not use any sort of technology. So I'll go to class and learn it, but if I'm not in class that day, there is literally no way possible for me to get anything at all that I just learned, which kind of sucks because sometimes you can't be there every day. And well, I can learn it easily too. So even if the teacher maybe put like a page that I could go to like learn something, but he doesn't do that. So maybe if teachers could keep up with the students a little bit.
Yeah, right. I think a lot of teachers right now are having major issues when it's trying to face incorporating technology in the classroom. So what do you guys think teachers need to do to improve incorporating technology in the classroom?
Attend workshops. We have workshops here at the New Media Lab Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We got Adobe Spark workshops. We got Adobe Premiere workshops. We got workshops. We just got workshops. So
you got to work, right? You got to work.
You got to come in and get the workshops going. We'll teach them how to do it and put it in the curriculum. Yeah. It's not that it's hard. It's just that you have to want to learn how to do it.
It's a learning experience for both students and teachers, because even though us students, teenagers now, we used technology on a daily basis. There's technology changes every day, and it changes. The teachers, like us, have to learn every single day how to use something. Like, for example, me, if I'm using media in English 102, I didn't know how to use Spark at first, but the teacher knew how to use Spark, so the teacher taught me. And there's things also that the teacher learned while teaching us, and it's the same thing in math and a website of math. Like, the teacher has to teach us how to use that website and how to insert our homework or do our homework or do the quizzes or do the test. And the teacher also learns new ways to incorporate homework or new ways to incorporate lessons online. Technology changes every day, and it's not only the teachers trying to catch up, but it's also the students trying to catch up and trying to learn every single day.
Well, I like to play the advocate, just so we can get, a debate going. Sometimes teachers would say we lack time, to train or learn, because always staying current with technology is so hard. Teach me or tell me, why is it important to involve technology, that we need to make time, So, like, why do we need to make the time if you're saying, like, sometimes we don't need technology? Why should we make the time?
Can you explain that again?
So technology changes so fast, and it's hard to stay current. That's what teachers lack, and they're saying, okay, I don't want to stay current with the classes because it's hard for me. I want you guys to ask me or tell me, how is it that, or why is it important that we need to stay current, or we need to keep training to stay current with the technology?
So you feel we should tell the teachers if they're not like up to date, we should be like, hey, you need to work on integrating with your students better because we're not feeling it. I can tell my math teacher that.
I got a question from our audience. Thank you for listening. Outside of education, why is technology important? So besides learning.
Because in your careers, technology is used every day as well. Like let's say in architectures, they use their models nowadays through the computers. They use how to get a measure of something nowadays.
So
you can take a picture of something and it measures it. So that's really cool.
I'm gonna add on to that. I got an example that I heard today. So say I'm just hired as a one-person thing. Like the boss doesn't know my background, doesn't know anything, but somehow, some way they get a hold of my technology base I made in English 102, English 101, or just made in general. Now I open up opportunities for myself to develop actually open up opportunities for myself within a job to open up better options. You know what I mean?
I think technology means jobs. Right now we got movies, we have media, we have all these opportunities to teach others that technology is useful. In our life, we're human beings. We're sometimes looking for the best way and the easiest way to find something.
The easiest way.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if we're going to have an easier way, we're all going to choose it. So right now, I think technology is a convenient way to...
For a lot of things.
Yeah, to be in the future. And it's going to be used the rest of our lives.
Yeah, technology is like a big form of like communication nowadays too. And like how we're doing Spark, you can like put in so much information that people can literally just go on your website and like learn and like literally be able to, you can just like without even speaking to them, they can learn everything that you just put on there.
Yeah, but we got to remind people though, like, and it doesn't start, it starts with technology, but say for example, English. We can't just start technology and without writing a paper. You got to integrate writing a paper first. Get what you have in your mind. So say my topic, for instance, is on water. I got to get the facts, the data, the solution, integration for that before I even put it into a technology-based, a media-based. I have to get facts.
So I wanted to. It's all good that we're talking about how to use technology in the classroom, but I want to ask, how is it important to involve the content, to make sure that we're learning the content before just involving technology? So why is it important to use the content of the class to learn before we involve technology?
Well, because we took an English class for a reason. You still got to learn how to write. You can't just, because if you would have took a video class or photography class if you wanted to do that. So when you come into English, you still have to learn how to do a personal statement, a thesis, all that before you go into the technology based.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, an English class starts with an essay and ends with an essay. The whole media situation, the whole media incorporation is only, like I said, in my opinion, it's only to help me develop a good essay.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm doing, say that I'm doing a video about water. I'm doing a video about water. And like Eli said, you have to put in the facts and data, the solution, the integration, and everything that goes into an essay. I find it more motivating to make my video better and to make my voice be heard in a video. So when it comes down to me making that essay, I already have all the information that I need because I put it in a video.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easy for me to write an essay because of the video. I'm not good at writing. I've never been good at writing, but ever since I started this 102 class and they introduced me to all of this media, it's only motivated me to research more and to integrate more in a video to make my voice be heard, that it makes it so much easier for me to write an essay.
So what I'm hearing is like technology is just enhancing what you're learning, which is good. I mean, we need to learn first the content, and once we find that out, then everything else that comes with it, with technology, it's going to enhance our learning process. We're going to learn even more, and it's going to be a better tool in our future. We have another question from the audience. Is technology-based learned more personalized to the students?
What?
Yeah, one sec. Hey, Jacob, can you ask the question?
Can I see my slip back?
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't even know what he asked.
Speaking of complete sentences. All right. So the question is technology-based learning more personalized to the students? So it's this kind of the individual experience versus kind of this mass reception. You know, this kind of traditional learning that we've gone through.
What?
I kind of
feel like
I
yes
kind of
and
understand,
no.
but I kind of don't
Saying
understand what you're saying.
Instead of a teacher just having like this group think kind of class, we're doing the Socratic thing where individuals have more room to express themselves individually around the topic.
Because of technology?
Yeah, because of the platforms.
I feel like the teacher has to be like really technology advanced to be able to like inspire and teach students to like want to like learn new stuff versus like if you don't even know how to like work a brand new website that your teacher's using, but they don't really know how to work it either, and like no one's really going to be benefiting from that, the teacher or the student, versus like if your teacher's really good and they want you to learn new stuff and they can teach you, then it works a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess it could be like both ways. Like the teacher could be teaching the student if they know a lot, but like you don't really want the student to be like teaching themselves a lot of like new software, I guess, because it's just gonna I don't know.
Thank you guys so much for coming, Stephanie and French Fry. You guys are great guests. We're so grateful for your input, in the technology.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have
It's
a good
great
day.
to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
Of course.
We'll see you guys.